This is Jammin with Kron and Rex.
And don't forget to subscribe so you get the videos as they come out.
Coach Cam made this shit.
Welcome to a semi-rare segment for this show. It's not a regular thing we do, but this is pretty much just UFC based on this one. We've done it before. We recapped the whole Usman Masvidal card, with like rows and everything. So whenever there's cards that stick out and there's stuff we can talk about that we don't it's kind of just too long to add to a regular episode. It's basically a good way of putting it. And, we think last night as recording. So we're talking about the Dustin and Conor card
Trilogy.
Yeah, the
trilogy fight.
Yeah, the trilogy fight.
UFC 264.
Yeah. We just figured we wanted to discuss that, but we didn't want to, put it in the regular episode. So, I guess to start off with, we could Sean O'Malley.
Yep, Sean O'Malley. We're only going to cover the main card.
Yeah.
The prelims, there was
some highlights.
Really good ones.
Some highlights.
Yeah, but we're going to just cover the main card, and kicking off the main card is Sean O'Malley versus a UFC fighter's debut.
Yeah.
On a 11-day notice.
Yeah, who Dana White described perfectly as like a fucking zombie in there. I mean, Sean O'Malley was hitting him with everything he had, combos. I mean, he was hitting them too. I mean, his were getting through. I mean, this is an elite level striker.
This is someone that has put other people to sleep with those same punches.
Yeah. And the new guy, what's his name?
Look it up.
Okay.
Look up UFC 264.
Was it 264?
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Stupid.
What am I here for?
Fight card. Okay. Chris Moutinho.
No way you're pronouncing it right, but yes.
Mountain Ho. That's the only other way I can pronounce it. Mountain Ho? You go Mountain Ho?
Mountain Ho. Chris Mountain Ho.
Yeah. So,
shout out to him. He just did super fucking good.
I don't think he did good. I don't think he showcased anything. I think the only thing he really showcased is that he can take a fucking ass whooping.
Yeah,
granted, on an 11-day notice, on the biggest MMA platform there is today, he showed out, and on a card that has Conor, so a lot of eyes were on him.
Yeah, and he won fight of the. They got the fight of the night bonus.
Yeah,
so good for them.
And unfortunately for this dude, the fight was stopped. It probably was on its way to a decision, but Dana said at any point he thinks the fight could have been stopped because Sean was kind of doing whatever he wanted, but that's not how it fucking works.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're supposed to, as a ref, stop a fight whenever you think that the opponent is unable to defend themselves anymore. Yeah. And I mean, he was getting hit, but he was still standing. He wasn't wobbling. I mean, he still had his arms up. I think this dude could have, because there was only 27 seconds left.
Wow.
Yeah, because it says TKO round 3, 4 minutes 33 seconds.
Yeah.
So 27 seconds.
Yeah, it was almost over. So
he could have lasted it too. So
yeah,
Sean would have got the victory and decision anyways, but I think they should have at least given the dude enough respect to let it. I mean, unless it went to a clear knockdown that time.
Yeah.
But
then after that,
we have women's bantamweight. Irene Aldana and Yana. We're calling her Yana.
Okay. I didn't know either of them.
Yeah,
we used the Verdict app and we just put our predictions on there. Yep. We went with the safe bet
of Yana. Yana was the favorite,
and
she's Russian, so I was like, I don't.
Yeah,
if I. In a fight, I usually don't bet against Russians.
Yeah, and she got her ass kicked.
Beat bad.
Yes.
Yeah, in the first round, Irene just dismantled her.
But the one thing I'll take away, as always, they don't look like they're going to win the championship.
In all fairness, it's because that it's like Godzilla is the champion. I mean, it's Amanda Nunes, so cool fight, but
for what? I mean,
yeah. I mean, there's a reason you didn't hear her call out Nunes after. I mean,
she said, "I want to fight." She was like, "Obviously, I want to fight for the champ, but I'll fight whoever."
Yeah. Please, God.
Yeah, you don't fight.
Yeah,
you don't want to fight Nunes.
No, I mean, I think the opportunity would be incredible. If Dana asked me, I would have to say yes. I don't want to, but I mean, so yeah, a good fight. Not to take any credit away by mentioning Amanda Nunes, just a lingering presence that's got to be in the back of both their heads. Who knows? Maybe Yana would have won, but she was just like, I don't want to fight Amanda next.
But I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, even with Sean O'Malley, like he's fighting to fight for the belt.
Yes.
Oh, and also Sean O'Malley, perfect call out. He said he had a perfect call out.
Yeah. He had that cocked and loaded, and he delivered.
Yeah.
Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight, and I think
if it happens, I'm hoping it does.
Yeah, and then if it does, he's won the championship after, and I think if he puts on a good show.
What's your prediction for that? You think Sean's got that?
Yeah, I'm going to take Sean.
I think Sean's got it too. I don't think Cody is where he used to be.
No.
I think heyday, it's a lot more competitive. I think it's still a competitive fight. Cody's not old by any means, but Sean O'Malley's kind of hitting his stride. Like, I think we're seeing like damn near peak Sean.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got a pretty interesting fight. I didn't think this would be that crazy, but it was Greg Hardy and Tai Tuivasa or whatever.
Sorry for any mispronunciations of any names. We're going to mispronounce most.
Yeah, I promise
we're doing our best.
No, we will continue to mispronounce them.
So,
Tai won, KO, TKO, round one. In 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Yeah. So Greg Hardy stuns him.
Yeah. He wobbles him a little bit.
He stuns him, takes the leap forward to fuck him up, and just took a wrong turn and was facing the wrong way.
Like in scenes in anime when they go to attack him and they just disappear and they're behind them. Yeah, that's what that was like.
It was so weird.
He just threw everything into a left punch and just kind of overdid it. And just missed, and the other guy was able to sweep out of the way and just knock him the fuck out on the spot.
Yeah.
That's what's fun about heavyweight fights. Because I think that's what really sets heavyweight fights apart from other weight classes, because at, like, any second the fight can turn.
Yeah.
Because, don't get me wrong, other weight divisions have heavy hitters, but, like, at heavyweight, at any second it can change.
Yeah.
It's like, somebody could be getting their ass kicked for literally an entire fight, like Derek Lewis was against Volkanovski.
Yes.
And then at the last second, Derek Lewis just knocks him out.
Yeah.
Because
that's
just how heavyweights are. And then the dude goes on to there's a name for it, or what he did.
I think it's like Shoey, isn't it, or something like that?
Shoey.
Yeah, Shoey. Yeah.
Yeah, Chop Shoey.
Yeah. Yuck.
Yeah. So he goes on to drink beer out of 3 people's shoes.
One of them added hot sauce.
Poirier's hot sauce, too.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, laced with hot sauce.
Yeah, don't do that to people.
Yeah, dude, he's already drinking out of your fucking shoe.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a dick and put in hot sauce?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? Did you piss in it, too? That'd be pretty funny, but I wouldn't do it to that guy. Maybe somebody else. I'd probably do it to somebody else.
Not to him.
So and that's a new heavyweight. I mean, not new. He's 13 and 3.
Yeah.
So
he's been around.
Not new. He's been around a little bit, but I guess newly introduced to me. That's the first time I've seen him fight live, and he seemed like a fun guy.
Yeah.
He seemed like he has the it factor. I would love to see him fight again. I hope he just keeps progressing because
hopefully his next fight's in the top 15.
Yeah.
Because if so, we'll really see how good he is.
He'll start progressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fun to watch him fight. I gained interest in a new fighter, so that's pretty cool.
And then next was my prediction for fight of the night.
And boy, are you stupid. On the heels of that heavyweight fight, that dude bringing out so much personality, charisma, going up to people, drinking beer out of their shoes, knocking out Greg Hardy in 1 minute and 7 seconds. People are hyped. People are having fun. And then fucking Gilbert Burns comes out and then just cuddle fucks Stephen Thompson for 3 rounds. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to sound like a dick or like Stephen A. Smith, because I mean that's what UFC is.
Yes.
I mean, it's mixed martial arts, so you can't just be like, you can't just fucking. I hate hearing people boo the second it goes to wrestling. Don't call me out. I did that last night. I know. But
this is Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, it's Gilbert Burns. This is a dude that knocked down.
If I'm watching Khabib, like, I expect it. And
to be Cormier. Like,
like there's some fighters that, like, I'm like, all right, I'm expecting the takedown. I want to see how they do on the ground. The other people, like, it's fine. That's cool. Gilbert Burns.
I mean, dude,
he's not the one to do.
He rocked Usman. I was expecting him to.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to showcase something we haven't seen, or maybe improve striking. And Stephen Thompson would be a good person to showcase that against. Maybe show a reason why you should be fighting Usman again. But he didn't do that.
Good on his camp.
Yeah.
To draw up a game plan that no one in the world's seen.
Yeah.
And if you're just going to win the fight, if you don't care to gain new fans, don't care to impress anyone. He did great.
Yeah.
I mean, he did that perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, that was still...
But
that was such a boring fight, dude.
This is another case of he didn't show that he could beat the champ.
Yeah. And it honestly, the way it sounds, he doesn't want to. He wants to make money next. He was calling out, like, Jorge and he called out Nate Diaz, and Dana was like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Call out Nate Diaz, like, that fight doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, Leon Edwards or Jorge, that makes sense. But Nate, like, he's just going for money. And the way he just fought, I don't
Jorge
think...
could beat him.
That too. But who the fuck is going to... Like, after what he just did, who the fuck's going to want to watch him face somebody fun like Jorge or Nate?
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants to watch that after what he just did to someone who's a striker? And that's who he wants to fight. Like, no, I don't want to see you fight a striker ever.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Yeah. I don't know. The show that he put on...
it wasn't even impressive wrestling either. Like, it wasn't like...
No.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't...
He just wrestled with the guy who...
He just won.
He wrestled with the guys whose entire game plan was to stand it up.
Yeah, and I mean, don't be wrong, you still got to fault Stephen Thompson for that too. 'Cause, I mean, you got to be ready for that. But I mean, I'm sure if Stephen could have changed it, he would have. You know, he just got out wrestled.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It wasn't a good showing. It was a good win on paper. Yeah. I think watching it, like, it's not a good fight. It wasn't
see
a good
how
fight.
unimpressive it is.
Yeah, it just wasn't that impressive.
Everything, his wrestling, he tries it against Usman, he gets fucking destroyed.
Shut down.
If he stands up like he did with Stephen Thompson, he gets fucking destroyed by Usman.
Yeah.
Like, he just showed that Usman's better in every category.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's doing anything against Usman. I think Usman's looking better and better every single time we see anybody else in that division fight.
Yeah.
Like watching Leon and Nate fight.
Yeah.
Nate had Leon's number at the end of the fight. I'm not going to be that biased. He was fucking Nate up the entire time. But you're about to fight for a title. You should shut Nate down. Like, it shouldn't have went that far. Like, you're wanting to fight for a title. I think you should put Nate out. Not to discredit Nate. Nate's just a little past his prime. I mean, it's
at this point, if Colby doesn't win against Usman, which I do not believe he will.
Yeah.
No one in that division will.
I'm excited for it, though. I think Colby's going to put up a hell of a fight. Because he did last time, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good fucking fight last time.
Yeah. But, without... If Colby doesn't win, I don't see anyone in that division that can. And Usman's just going to...
He's going to do what GSP did.
Yep, he's going to make the rounds.
Yeah, he's going to make his victory lap, and he might even move up. Or I mean, I don't know. This dude's...
I think he said he'd move up only if Izzy...
Yeah, because he doesn't want to take... He doesn't want an African champ to lose her title.
Yeah.
Which I respect.
Yeah, I really like.
I do, too. I would say because there's three... I mean, you could arguably say the three best fighters in UFC are African, are of African descent too.
Yeah.
And Francis Ngannou, dominant heavyweight, Izzy, dominant middleweight, and then you have Usman himself.
Yeah.
And dominant. I mean, you could say three best male fighters.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you have arguably the most competitive division in UFC, and we have the number 1 and the number 5 fighting.
Yeah, for the main event, the former champ, and old Dustin Porter.
And Conor McGriddle.
Conor McGriddle. Thanks for playing along in the polls. We thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all did. But if y'all didn't, leave a comment and suck a dick. But, Yeah, I was really excited for this fight.
Yeah. I've been saying the whole time that I thought Conor was going to win.
Yes, I actually did. I actually bias aside because we're newer to UFC. We was actually brought into the UFC like via Conor McGregor hype train.
Yeah.
So we're a little biased towards Conor.
We came back. I mean, we did watch it with like Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, I didn't really know about it.
I didn't
just
either,
saw
but
it sometimes.
yeah.
But Conor's kind of brought us into like actually wanting to know more about the UFC and watching it on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
And so there's a little bias there. And I thought Conor was also going to win. But I thought Conor was just going to win because I thought his mental state had lined up again. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought him getting knocked out by Dustin was kind of a wake-up call. And I thought he was just going to be back in the right mental state and be like, okay, I can't just do this casually. Like, because he's got a lot of other shit going on, too.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's got this. Mm-hmm. And, leading up to it, it was weird. It wasn't a normal Conor fight. Conor lead up. For me, it feels just like a normal Conor lead up. It was different for me. Like, it was obviously the last one was much more different because you had like Conor endorsing Poirier's hot sauce and stuff like that, and like they were like really friendly. They was like, oh, this is a great guy over here. But this one, Conor decided to amp it up, and I mean sell. I mean he's a businessman and he's pretty fucking good at it. Yeah, like he even told Khabib in the ring, he's like, dude, it's business. Like, quit being a bitch. It's business. You know? But, when you bring in people's family, that's where Conor kind of goes a little too far. Like, because he brought up Dustin's wife. He brought up Khabib's dad. Like, there's just lines you shouldn't be crossed.
Oh, he definitely goes too far, but that's just who he is.
And, I don't know, even Dustin himself said it in the pre-fight conference and shit, that Conor's trash talk just wasn't on par with what he usually is. He's usually pretty witty, has good good snaps and shit like that. But this time it just seemed forced. Like it wasn't. At all. Did you watch the pre-fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I watched a good amount of it.
Yeah.
I watched a good amount of the post-fight as well.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. It just didn't seem like normal Conor. Like, it didn't flow organically like it usually does. Like this one, it just seemed like he was trying like too hard to like make something out of nothing because Dustin just wasn't biting.
Yeah, for me, that's what it comes off as. Is Dustin is just a boring fucking person, and Conor's trying to sell a fight, and Dustin's like, well, I'm sick of the antic.
So usually talking about like pre-fight antics aren't really so much prevalent, but when you're talking about Conor, it's kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's part of it. It's part of the fight.
Yeah, because he talks the talk, but guess what?
Yeah,
he backs it up. Yeah, so Conor's always a fun character to watch because of that, and I think as time has told, it kind of is a character, which I don't mind. He's doing it to entertain us,
and it works.
And it works,
He does a great job.
And a lot of the times, his colleagues don't seem to understand that as much.
Yeah.
And I get it. When you bring family into it, it's a different thing. It really is. Like, Conor can say, fuck Dustin's hot sauce all he wants and shit, but then when he brings up his wife, it's a different game. And, I kind of feel for Dustin that guard because you're not going to be the more likable character. You're not going to win that. Even if you do try to chirp back, you're not going to win that. Conor is... He's an elite level shit talker.
Yeah. And I think that he showed it after the fight, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about the actual fight itself.
Yeah.
So Dustin is winning.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. So to give a little prerequisite of what he's saying, Dustin wins. Well, considered a KO knockout.
In the actual fight, Dustin is winning the fight.
Yes. Yeah. Leading up to this,
we got to give credit. He goes for the takedown, does pretty well on the takedowns, but Conor's not doing bad.
Yeah, well, Conor...
Even Dustin said it. Conor landed a big hit on him.
That's kind of what he did, though. He also... he attempted kind of a scared guillotine.
Well, he hits him with a big hit, and then Dustin shoots to go for the takedown, And
which makes him a dusty bitch.
Yes.
It does.
Yep.
According to Connor's rules,
Yes.
whoever goes for the takedown, whoever shoots first is a dusty bitch.
yes, and so Dustin's a dusty bitch.
So congrats. Number 1 contender in the world and a dusty bitch.
Yep. And so he goes for it. Connor's just kind of put in a perfect spot to go for the guillotine. I don't think that he was trying to actually make the submit. I think he would have taken it if it worked, but I think that he's kind of just like trying to stand it back up. It doesn't look like he's going for submission.
Yeah.
Connor never has that I know of.
Yeah, but if that's your way out, you're taking it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if like...
But it's... The reason I have a problem with it is because of what Connor said before the fight.
Yeah.
Which he was talking about, like, he doesn't count any of his losses that come to, like submissions or anything. He says, like, knockouts are the only real, way to do it.
Yeah, and then, so, after a good amount of control time for Dustin, it finally stands back up. Dustin says it's because Connor's cheating, which... Don't get me wrong, he probably is.
Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah, that's why Dustin said he stood it back up, because he told the official that Connor was hooking into the tape around the glove, which you can't really. Yeah, you can't do. And I can imagine that'd be pretty hard to get somebody off of. So Dustin tried to stand up, tell the ref, like, "Hey, he shouldn't be doing that. You need to say something."
Yeah, and
Connor. So.
Yeah, and and also Dustin said, like, he's like, I haven't watched the tape. I don't know if I was like, "Hey, Herb, he's doing this."
Yeah.
And then he stops doing it because it's not like Connor doesn't hear him too.
Yeah, and that is very late into the first round that happens.
So then it finally gets stood back up.
Mm-hmm.
Connor lunges forward, throws a punch? Doesn't matter, I guess. Throws a punch, steps back, and snaps his ankle.
Yeah, and
I mean his shin touches the ground.
Yeah, I didn't really pay too much attention when that first happened.
Because Dustin,
all I saw was
at
that,
the same time,
Connor,
Dustin leans in and kind of throws like this little light ass jab, and I thought it just caught him right.
Yeah, I thought he hit him in the right spot. Connor falls back, is against the cage. Dustin doesn't really engage though, and Connor's not rushing to get up. Like, it doesn't look like he's just been knocked down. So it was kind of weird. It was a weird end to the round. And then immediately you see Connor point at his fucking ankle.
Yeah.
And he holds it up, and it just...
Yeah. Dustin walks off, Connor's standing there, and Connor's just laying there, and he just keeps pointing at his ankle.
Yep.
And that's when we realized that the fight gets stopped.
Yep.
So the two things, one, going back to what we were talking about, the antics and all of that, this is why I think that Connor was still Connor. What's the first thing he says?
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Yes. Like, that's Connor being Connor.
But that could also be running it back.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, that's what I'm saying. That could be more of the character business side of things.
Yeah.
But
that's
he
Connor...
brings up his wife again.
Yeah.
As his tradition.
Yeah. So I think that's, like... I don't think Connor was, like...
Yeah.
Being this... I mean, it is a character. I get it. But I don't think that it was like, oh, he's out of touch. He's not doing good. It's kind of... He's doing shitty. This isn't the Connor we knew. This is the Connor we knew.
What, shit talk?
Yeah.
I don't think the shit talk was good. Like, I mean, the funniest thing, I mean, I know he's not a fucking comedian, but, I mean, the best jab, I think, was like he was going to walk him around the cage and put him down like a dog. I mean, I don't know. It just wasn't, I don't know, just to me, it felt forced. Maybe that was because he was kind of basically talking shit to a wall at that point.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it sucks to see a fight end like that. And goddamn has it been plagued with injuries for a little bit.
Here is what I do not understand. And I need someone to explain this to me, regardless on if Dustin is winning this round or not. Why is it a TKO? Why is this a no contest?
Yeah, I honestly don't know that either.
Right?
Yeah.
I get it if it's the fifth round and the fighter is 5 rounds up. Who gives a shit, right? They deserve that win. Just because something happened late, it's fine. If it's in the first 2 rounds, if it's in the first round of a 3-round fight, if it's in the first 2 rounds of a 5-round fight, that's a no contest.
Yeah.
I don't see why it's not.
Yeah.
I think there can be some exceptions, but
it's pretty weird.
Imagine if Silva, that leg break, if that was considered a TKO. I don't know if it was or wasn't, but
honestly, I think that is considered a loss. like Chris Weidman, when that just happened, I think it was a loss.
Yeah.
But, like, it should be put on, like, because the official standing is KO, TKO, round 1, 5 minutes. I mean, I get if you still want to give Dustin the victory, because, I mean, he did win.
Which is fine.
Like, I don't know, at least maybe put it in Dr. Stoppage or, you know, like, I don't know, maybe something to kind of separate it. Because if you're just looking at that, it looks like, oh, at 5 minutes, he fucked up Conor so bad that they wasn't able to go into the next round.
Yeah.
That's what that looks like if you didn't watch that.
Yeah. I just don't get it. I think that I think you can just hold it case by case, but this should have been a no contest draw.
Yeah.
I don't think Dustin was winning by such a large margin. I
think it was a 10-9 round. I think Dustin, yeah. I don't think it was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, there was, honestly, a moment where it looked like Conor was close to being put away, but that's not because Conor looked like he was about to be out. It just looked like because of a barrage of fucking elbows.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, a lesser man probably would have been knocked out there, but, you know.
Yeah. But then it goes into the second round. They stand up. They meet in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a very...
Maybe it's different. Yeah.
It could...
Shit can change any second.
Yeah, anything could have played out. So, I don't know. I just don't like that this was a TKO.
Yeah, it was weird. But, yeah, as it goes, Dustin gets the win. As we're recording on Sunday, July 11th, I mean, we haven't heard it. We don't have inside access, obviously. But like Conor, per Dana White, Conor had surgery this morning, or was supposed to be having surgery this morning. So, you know, hopefully he gets a speedy recovery. Maybe there's a fight down the road. Honestly, if I'm Dustin, I don't know if I really care at this point, outside of money, to fight Conor again.
Yeah, Dustin's going to fight for the belt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what's next. It's him and Oliveira. And
do you think Dustin can win? Right.
Yeah, of course. I think he has a shot.
I don't.
I don't think it's like how the reign was with Khabib, that it's just like, no, there's nobody in that division's touching him. Oliveira is beatable.
But I just don't. The two fights that I've seen with him and Conor, because I really haven't watched much of his other shit. I've seen a couple of them, but those are only two I've seen live, especially those two, and those are his last two fights. I just don't think that he's shown anything that's more impressive than Michael Chandler, and Michael Chandler lost to Oliveira.
Yeah.
Like, Oliveira just straight up outclassed Chandler. And I don't see that he's done anything in his most recent fights to show that he could even beat him.
Well, maybe if you want to put it as against, like, level of competition, too, because, I mean, Dustin fucked up Conor in their first time. I think that alone is kind of showing something, because, I mean, it's Conor. I mean, whether it's not the Conor that beat Jose Aldo or Eddie Alvarez, but
he still beat Conor twice.
It's Conor. Yeah, I would say. I mean, this time, yeah, you could say like, yeah, he didn't really. I mean, but he did still show shit this time around.
Yeah, yeah.
And like last time he beat Conor, he knocked out Conor. That's no easy feat. I mean,
I'm not discrediting him. I'm just saying I don't see that he's shown that he's going to be champion. Maybe we're going to get the championship fight between Dustin and Oliveira. Maybe he goes in there and he fucking whoops Oliveira.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking wrong. But it just seems like when they go to the ground, it seems like, again, Oliveira's just better at that. Yeah. When they're standing up, Oliveira's not much worse. Like, don't know. It just seems like he's a better fighter.
I don't entirely agree with that, but take comfort in knowing that anything you say, any opinion you have, will not be worse than the post-fight commentary that we got.
Did you happen to look up that fucking dork's name?
Oh, I can real quick. I can just look up Stephen A. Smith's co-host, the stupid motherfucker.
That was
him and whoever that old geographer was. What are they called? Geologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever that and the fucking dude that just kept talking about geography.
That was the worst.
It was some of the worst takes I've ever heard, and I mean, we've heard Skip Bayless called Nate Diaz's fighting style sumo style.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and the reason it's so bad is they were like, I mean, weren't they just saying like Conor looked bad and that Dustin just like straight up outclassed him on an injury?
Yeah, I mean, he outclassed his ankle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to say he was winning the fight before it went to that.
That's a good take. I mean, that's exactly right. But the thing is Dustin post-conference, I didn't like it, but then he eventually said what we said that we thought he should.
Post-fight interview.
Yeah, the post-fight...
That's a little different than the conference.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the post-fight interview, he actually finally was like, this isn't the way that I wanted to win, but it was going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
Perfect. That is the absolute perfect way to say, I won the fight.
But, exactly what he said. He just said it the right way. Because, there's really not much to be prideful of that. It just because how the fight ended, but you still did win, and you deserve to be happy about it. And whatever, you move on. Life goes on.
You earned the fight for the championship.
Yes,
and to just be like, well, I didn't earn it the way I wanted to is kind of shitty. Like, you should still be happy that you're going to fight for the fucking belt now.
Yeah,
but that's not the way you want to.
Yeah, his name's Max Kellerman.
Max Kellerman.
Stupid motherfucker. I don't even know where to begin to look up who the other dude's name was. But it's Max Kellerman, some old geologist dude. Yeah. Who, it was just, I don't know. And there's been an pretty upsetting history in general about people who commentate on other sports coming in and commentating on the UFC. Like we mentioned earlier, Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless has had multiple bad takes in UFC. Mm-hmm. He needs to just keep his head out. Stephen A. Smith, he was talking about how I remember the one that got to me was whenever Conor beat Cowboy in 48 seconds.
Yeah. He
was saying that Cowboy's old and beat up and who is this guy? Conor didn't really show us anything, and I'm like, dude, that was good. That was a stellar performance.
Yeah.
And they have. Because I don't even. It's not even just UFC. These people have bad takes in the sports that they're supposed to be knowledgeable about. So I shouldn't expect them to be any different in UFC. But
why is this the sport that we have NBA commentators?
Yeah, we don't need them.
Or analysis, coming in to talk.
Why are they?
Why don't we have UFC? People only.
We're pretty much what you could call casuals in the UFC fandom, because we still see fighters on main cards that we're just like, who?
Yeah.
Perfect example, the women who fought earlier.
Yeah.
We're not that well versed. But
we have way better fucking takes than this stupid shit.
Yeah, it's just. You have. Why do you need them? Literally at that fight, you had Daniel Cormier, Joe Rogan. Why do you need a Stephen A. Smith or a Max Kellerman? Just fuck off. They're not needed.
Yeah.
And god damn, their opinions just suck anyways. I don't know. Didn't Stephen A. Smith say if he could go back to the Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin, and Russell Wilson draft, he would pick Robert Griffin?
That's a bad take.
Yeah, I think he said something pretty fucking stupid like that, not too long ago. Their predictions are usually
that's a
wrong.
Bad take. Yeah.
I can't. I actually want to see if there's a stat for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of someone being wrong on their picks, Ocho Cinco's 0-2.
Yeah,
my poor guy.
Life lesson, kids. Never take betting advice from Chad Ochocinco.
Yeah.
Remember that, live that, get it tatted on your fucking back. I don't care. Just remember that.
The head of Bleacher Report betting.
Yeah.
Chad Ochocinco.
Somebody needs to be fucking fired.
At least he only put $20 allegedly. Put $20 down on Conor.
Yeah, a little backstory. How much did he put down on Jorge?
I really don't remember.
Tens of thousands of dollars?
Yeah, it was a lot.
He put down a shit ton of money on Jorge being Usman. Of course, Usman being Usman beats Jorge in spectacular fashion. Ocho Cinco loses out a lot of money leading up to the Conor and Dustin fight.
He asked the same question he asked Jorge.
He said, are you a lock? And Conor, of course, said yes. So he bet money on him. And then after Dustin won, Dustin was like, "Oh, I'm just curious to see how much money Ochocinco lost," and he was just like, "Oh, this is $20." I think he's fucking lying, and I have no reason to say that. Not just because I think he's just a liar.
He's rich.
Yeah, but I think he's just covering his ass because he was kind of a laughing stock after his last one because they was just like, "Oh, yeah, you lost all that fucking money." Yeah. But
he's also just asking the underdog if they're a lock, and then when they say yes, he puts money on them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all he's doing.
Yeah, but he's just not right about these things, dude.
So he's at 0-2. If he has one more, then he's bad luck. That's just how this works. If he goes 3 wrong in a row, it's going to be the Ocho Cinco curse.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't find an accuracy. Like, I was hoping to find a percentage. Yeah. I'm assuming the percentage of water on Earth compared to land is less than his wrong to right.
Yeah.
Percentage, you know. But there is something that popped up for Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless's 20 worst takes.
Oh, shit.
Skip Bayless on the next Brett Favre.
No, hold on, real quick. I just want to very quick say this. I really like Stephen A. I like some of his takes. Some. Yeah. I do not like Skip Bayless. I can't.
I really don't like Skip Bayless.
I can't name a single one that I have ever liked.
I don't think he really has any redeeming qualities except being the opposite of a very likable character in now Shannon Sharp.
Yeah,
I think that's his best attribute. I like the way they work together, but I think it's more just Shannon Sharp's charisma is just kind of, you know.
Yeah, but we're talking bad about Stephen A., and then we're about to bring up his worst takes. I just want to give him some credit there. I don't like Stephen.
I don't hate the dude. I respect his story a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude worked his ass off to get where he was and make so many wrong predictions. You know, that's talent.
Good for him.
Skip Bayless. Tim Tebow is the next Brett Favre.
Oh, that's a bad take.
Yeah, that's a really bad take. A lot of these are long, so I'm trying to read the shorter ones.
Yeah.
I don't even want to read that one.
I'm waiting.
It was talking about how ripped he is.
Oh, the weird take.
Okay, so Stephen A. Smith admits he knows nothing about college football.
Yeah.
I'm glad he admitted it.
Yeah.
I'm an honorable man, so I must admit. It must have been a tweet. I'm an honorable man, so I must admit at Real Skip Bayless is right on with that. He is the one who told me about Manziel. I'm an honorable man, so I have to admit at Real Skip Bayless is telling the truth. Didn't know a damn thing about Manziel until Skip told me. You didn't know about Johnny Football?
That's crazy.
I don't know. Like, it's your job. Like, I'm not saying, like, if you're just a regular person at home and you don't know who Johnny Manziel is, like, who cares? But you're a sports analyst, and you don't know about, like, one of the biggest names in college football in the past, like, decade?
Yeah.
It's kind of bad. It's kind of fucking bad. Skip Bayless is against drafting American-born white players. Personally, I haven't read it yet. I agree.
NBA?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. I get it.
Oh, yeah, he pretty much didn't... NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad take.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, because he verbatim says, I'm totally against taking American-born white players in the first round of the draft. That's actually one of the smartest things he said.
How many good ones are there?
Larry Bird. Steve Nash, Canadian. Derek Nowitzki, German.
Yeah, like...
Kristaps. He's Serbia? Romania?
I don't know. He's not from the U.S.
Luka.
Not from the U.S.?
Serbia?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No, I mean...
Yao Ming. I mean, he's not white. I don't know why I said that. And you went along with it.
It took me... I was like... Yeah.
Pau Gasol, Brazil.
No. Yeah, like, there's not...
Spain. Fuck.
Yeah.
No. Don't sound racist. Yeah, not a bad take.
Yeah, that's not a bad take.
Stephen A. Smith says the N-word. Denies saying the N-word. He shouldn't have to deny it.
No.
He can say it. I don't know if he needs to pull out his card, but he's got it somewhere. If it would have said Skip Bayless, then that'd be different.
Yeah.
The quote says, he'll be just fine. Opening night, Kobe Bryant is going to miss it because his foot is sprained. Are y'all crazy? Player, please. Y'all really thought I was going to read that? All right, I'll do it. Skip Bayless. Montetillo is the next Ray Lewis. Do you remember Montetillo? The fake girlfriend dude?
He should have been good. We all thought he was going to be good. No one in the world thought he was going to be bad until he announced he had a fake girlfriend. And then everyone in the world realized he was going to be awful.
Skip Bayless is for the black guy. I'm going to throw it out there. You also have the black-white dynamic, and the majority of Redskin fans are white. And it's just human nature, if you're white, to root for the white guy. It just happens in sports. Just like the black community will root for black quarterback. I'm for the black guy. I'm just saying I don't like the dynamic of Robert Griffin III. He could stun his Crotons in the... I didn't know that was going to be about Robert Griffin.
Fucking RG3. That's a bad take.
Yeah, what I saw is that as a white guy, we root for white guys. I don't like the dynamic of Robert Griffin III, a black man. That's so goddamn funny to me. It's probably not funny, but to me...
That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
That's an awful fucking take.
Yeah, he said it's just human nature if you're white to root for the white guy. I don't think that's true.
No.
There's actually a decent amount of times where I'm, like, rooting against him, you know? Yeah. Like Skip Bayless, for example.
Yeah. All right. No more bad takes.
Okay, yeah.
Give me a bad take about the UFC card. What's your worst take?
Well, to me, it won't, like...
What's your worst one?
My hottest take?
Yeah, I guess give me your hot take.
Okay, because if I was going to give you one, like a bad take, I was going to say Conor deserved to break his leg. But if you want me to, one that I believe.
What's your hot take? Mine was that Dustin looks like he's going to get his ass kicked.
Skip Bayless also said I've had more sex than all you people in Confined. I don't know what the... Hold on! No! I also need to look at the card. Death. Birthday. Oh, fuck, I think I need to go back. Weird tabs I got up.
Yep. Oh, yep. All right. Hot take.
Okay.
Give me a couple hot takes, and then we're going to get out of here.
Hot take time. Okay. Hot take. If you're a wrestler, I never want to see you take pictures like this. You notice that? Yeah. Like every single UFC fighter or boxer, they cannot pose for a picture without it being this. Mike Tyson, I get it. Dude, hold that motherfucker up. It's like holding a gun up.
If I ever go to take a picture with a UFC fighter and they do any pose, I'm going to be like, no, do the...
Yeah. Can you imagine taking a picture of Khabib and he does that and you go, put the fucking hand down. Now,
do this.
Yeah, like, now, if you want to get in the stance and act like you're wrestling me, don't do that. Yeah. You don't use that. Act like you're wrestling me or something. Don't you dare hold it up. So, Gilbert, I never want to see you pose like this again. You lost that ability. You lost that privilege. Sorry. What's yours?
My hot take? I mean, other than that I think Dustin sucks. My hot take is...
He doesn't suck. You know he doesn't suck. You suck.
My hot
He's
take,
white. You're supposed to root for him.
Per Skip Bayless, I'm supposed to. Sean O'Malley shouldn't have got the fight of the night.
Who should have?
The women's fight.
Yeah,
it was more entertaining.
Dana even said that he was going to give her co-performance of the night.
Cool.
Because somebody mentioned it. They was like, what do you think about that fight? He was like, I'm glad you brought that up. He was like, I think there's going to be money coming her way. Perfect. But that same reporter also reminded him that she didn't make weight. So
I forgot about that too.
May not get it.
Yeah. So maybe not.
So what's your new one?
Fuck. Another one.
Yeah,
a hot take?
Yes. So you brought it up, motherfucker.
Swing. Yeah, let me see this shit. Chris, I'm not going to pronounce your last name. Chris will be...
Man, no.
He'll be fighting within the top... He'll be ranked within 3 fights. Is that hot? Is that a hot enough take?
I hate it, but so yeah.